we start off in West Africa, Nigeria. Now, despite warnings by the Southeast governors in Nigeria to residents to disregard the sit-at-home order by the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, that's the IPOB, majority of the states in the region observed the sit-at-home order, which just happened yesterday, as it was an order by the IPOB leadership.
Now, you will recall that on July 30th this year, the indigenous people of Biafra, that's the IPOB group, ordered the sit-at-home in Southeast every Monday, Southeast of Nigeria, until leader Nnamdi Kanu is released from custody by the Department of State Services, which we call the DSS right here in Nigeria. Now, the group have threatened to shut down activities in the region, also adding that violators of the order would be visited with violence.
Now, the sit-at-home order directive, however, turned bloody as 2 persons were killed in Nnewi, which happened to be in Anambra State, with reports of shooting and burning of vehicles that was also reported in Imo State. Now, the outcome of events just yesterday begs for the question, who really controls states in the region?
Well, we're joined this morning by current affairs political analyst and the regular on breakfast, Goodie Ofose. Also, we have joining us from Anambra State, Southeast Nigeria, Barrister Chukwujeku Chukwudi, who is a constitutional lawyer and political analyst. Gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to Breakfast Central.
Good morning.
Good morning, Oluchi. Good morning, Olisa.
Right now,
nice
gentlemen, really, let's begin by getting your thoughts on the outcome of the event that just happened yesterday regarding the sit-at-home order by IPOB. We'll start with you, Barrister Chukwudi, because you're on ground, have been there live in the Eastern region. What are your thoughts?
All right, Barrister Chukwudi, if you can hear me, you might just want to unmute your device. Unmute.
Hello, can you?
Right, yes, we can hear you now, loud and clear. Can you just tell us your thoughts as regards what happened yesterday?
Yes, my thoughts yesterday of what happened in South country, and particularly Anambra State, and so the directive of the group known and identified as Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, which hither to this moment is a proscribed organization. So in my own thought, there was a decree or proclamation that every Monday until their leader is released from captivity or granted bail by Nigerian government, the existence of business activities will be shut down every Monday, in every month, in every week, until that their demand is attended to. So what happened yesterday was the commencement of that particular
all right, Goodie, just to bring you into this one, Goodie, first good morning. The order was carried out despite warnings by state governments for people not to, adhere to it. What does this really say about the leadership in the Southeast? Who's in charge? Is it IPOB for the people or the state governors?
Well, good morning once again, Olisa and Oluchi. Thank you for having me. I didn't quite get what the barrister was saying. However, let me state here that Southeast has been under siege for a while now. And you know why. The reason is that Nnamdi Kanu has been a huge figure, a figure that people follow. A lot of people believe in him. And because of that, it seems to defy the orders of the government. And they are not just asking for anything, they are asking for a country. They want to succeed. Therefore, a greater number of people pander to Nnamdi Kanu's sentiments. Therefore, they believe that those who are the governors of the Southeast are the allied to the federal government. So there is this belief that they will not be able to, follow the order of the government. Again, the second leg of that is that because the government will not apply force, so much force, but the secessionists would always apply force in order to enforce whatever declaration they have made. Therefore, people will always be afraid and stay to the line or stay in line with what IPOB or whatever is doing, because they don't still believe in the Southeast that IPOB has been proscribed. They believe that the struggle continues. Therefore, when the governors are speaking, they are speaking for themselves. They are not speaking for the people. That is just the belief in the Southeast, I believe.
Right. Now, Barrister Chukwudi, I mean, looking at what happened just yesterday, now the order was carried despite warnings by the state governors. I mean, Anambra state governor even came out to say anybody who sits at home for the month of Monday would lose the entire salary for that month. Yet, people still sat back in their different houses. What does this say about leadership in that part of the country, Barrister Chukwudi?
Yes, what that means is that the government of the state are not in any way reading the
Right. Barrister Chukwudi, if you can hear us, you need to unmute yourself so we can hear you clearly.
Maybe so, because the people.
All right, Goodie, still sticking with you. Now, the agitation here by IPOB is all about the release of Nnamdi Kanu, which it looks like they've given an ultimatum. How long do you think this will continue? Every Monday till he gets released, which we don't even know. No one knows when he gets released.
Olisa, when it comes to President Muhammadu Buhari, he doesn't even listen to that. That threat is not going to work, and I think they should devise another tactics in trying to push their declaration, whatever they want to do. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu is the last thing the federal government would do. The federal government have released several statements that Nnamdi Kanu will face justice. First and foremost, like I said in the last program, that Nnamdi Kanu is just not facing, it's not just facing treasonable felony, a jump bill, and that issue has to be addressed first. You saw what happened in South Africa. So no matter the amount of violence that is perpetrated, if the federal government releases Nnamdi Kanu, it will set a very dangerous precedent. That means that when an ethnic champion is arrested, people can go on the streets and ferment trouble, and he will be released. So I believe federal government will not listen to that. And again, you asked Barrister something. It's like Barrister's audio is not very good from where he's speaking from. I feel that there is this, when the state government begin to give an order like that and ask people not if you stay at home, you will lose salary. A lot of people will probably lose their salary rather than losing their lives. So the state government have been, in many occasions, throw their hands up in help that they are not the chief security officer of the state and they cannot do anything in terms of security in the state. So why would you come and endanger people's life by asking them to go on the street when you cannot protect them? Such order is, for me, highly responsible for a government to make. So I feel that when things like this happen, instead of the government to turn on the people, they should look at the agitators and negotiate with them and speak to them, for them to understand with the people, because as long as the IPOB continue to give that order, people will not step out. Every Monday will be a disaster for the Southeast economy. Every Monday will be a disaster for a social life in the Southeast. Every Monday, people will lose their source of income. So there will be disaster. People will continue to be impoverished. Already, very impoverished set of people will continue to be impoverished. Instead of government the first was the Ebonyi State government withdrawing from the sit-at-home order, as if it was the one that ordered it. He didn't order it; it was ordered by the IPOB. So the government has no authority by withdrawing or staying in it. So what they need to do, instead of these governors turning on the people, what they need to do is to negotiate with the IPOB leaders and ask them that, because by the time you are crippling the economy of the region, you are also impoverishing yourself. You are not also doing yourself any good. It's like an ill wind that blows nobody any good. So when the governors comes out and make such declaration. It shows that they are not actually on ground. They don't actually know what is happening. Maybe some of us who are not in this region do know exactly what is happening that day.
Right. Now, Goodie, you've said quite a lot. I mean, you've talked about how if this goes on, that means every Monday is almost like a public holiday, but it's going to affect the cities and the states economically. Now, Barrister Chukwudi, the IPOB group itself, they came out and declared this Monday as a day for everyone to sit at home. Now, let's also recall that some people tried to appeal to the group, especially parents of students that were writing NECO exams. And the brother of Nnamdi Kanu, quite strange because usually it's a spokesman who comes to give any information regarding IPOB. But the brother came out and said that, you know what, this sit-at-home order for this Monday would not happen to ensure that our children go and write the NECO examination. Yet, it went on as if, perhaps, as planned. What are your thoughts, Barrister Chukwudi?
My position is that is one of the negative implications of the order. And as such, we would have thought that the agitators would have hearkened to the massive plea from the members of the public that that particular day was to be a commencement of the JAMB of the NECO exam. And as such, yell to the children who are already due to write such an exam an opportunity to attend.
All right, Barrister, quick one. Before we let you go, what was your observation on the streets, your area, your state yesterday? All right, to look at, we're having a bit of challenges. Well, anyway, thank you so much for joining us, Barrister Chukwujeku Chukwudi. Yes, live from South